What is EUROCITIES?
So EUROCITIES is the network of major European cities. We are a political platform. We network together 130 cities and major larger city and 40 partner cities that together govern 130 million citizens in Europe, and we work on all areas of interest for cities, so from culture to mobility issues, for instance. We are the network of largest cities in Europe, so we have several criteria, and the first one is that the city should have 250,000 inhabitants. We welcome sometimes some smaller cities which are part of a metropolitan area, so that's also possible, and we have smaller cities which are also associated to us, but usually it's cities which have a regional importance.
And what about the new project Urban Agenda?
So the EU Urban Agenda, we've been working and trying to get this agenda set for more than 2 years now. And it's a process that make work together the EU member state, the European Commission and cities. And it's a new way of working in partnerships. So for instance, they have already established some partnerships, one on housing, for instance, one on air quality, and also one on urban poverty, and last one on migration issues. They also forecast some impact assessment, so looking at the impact of legislation on cities. So it's a process to coordinate all of the EU policies which have an urban impact.
What is the link between this project and the cohesion policy of the EU?
So actually the cohesion policy, regional policy as one of the most important policies for cities, is going to be a good test for this new approach of partnership, because the policy is also developed in partnership between the Parliament, the Commission, and if the cities are involved, then the policy is going to have more impact on the ground because it's going to be fit to the local situation. And what is quite important is that cohesion policy allows an integrated approach. So actually you can put together the European Regional Development Fund and the European Social Fund and work at the same time on the more physical aspects and also the social aspect. Cohesion policy is really important for cities, and in the current period, 2014-2020, at least 50% of the European Regional Development Fund will be allocated to urban areas. It's also important in terms of the innovation aspect, so it helps cities to innovate even more. In this, we particularly welcome the fact that there is this new program of urban innovative action which was developed in this period, which allows cities to respond to call for proposals and, for instance, on the theme of jobs and skills. And this will help cities to innovate even more.
What are the next priorities for the European cities?
So actually, for the future period, we would like to see real partnerships where cities are involved, because in some member states it was not really the case. Cities were consulted so far, but they were not really involved in the development of the partnership agreements, which are the basis for cohesion policy. And also, we would like the urban dimension of the policy to be strengthened with more delegations of funds to cities. And also this integrated approach that I was mentioning, so linking more the economic and social and environmental together by making these funds more linked, what I was mentioning, the European Regional Development Fund and the European Social Fund.